This is going to be fun. That's a minigun. I literally just made a minigun. So apparently now you can get ult in with every sight. Oh my gosh, I got somebody. Alright, so hello gamers and welcome back to another video. So recently I made a little YouTube short about a change to the MG3, which they have reverted and probably made the gun even worse, but maybe better, but we'll talk about it because this change is pretty massive. This is the MG3 and it's kind of a very controversial gun. I didn't realize how controversial this would be and how much people loved when it got nerfed pretty much to being unusable. For example, Spirals on stream was like, yeah, this gun is unusable now and I like it. Like people liked how unusable the gun was, which is pretty interesting of an idea because I don't feel like any gun should be unusable. All the guns should be usable, and if they're too broken, they should be nerfed. But this is the old recoil of the gun. Really not bad at all. It also has a pretty quick reload time, and the handling is not great, of course, but it's really not too bad either. If you pull down, the gun gets pretty accurate. Keep in mind this version in the test place has bloom still, so it has random spread, but not as much. Random spread to your gun makes absolutely no sense, so they kind of reverted that with the new MG3K test. Today I'll explore this gun, show you how bad it is, and use it in the main game. So basically, what they did is gave this gun a ton of recoil, but they buffed the damage, the range, and the pen, which you're probably like, what? Why would they do that? Well, let me just tell you right now, this gun is pretty much unusable in its current state. Is it more or less unusable than the previous one? Maybe more unusable, but I can't really tell because bloom was pretty bad on this gun, not gonna lie. But I'll just show you what they did to the recoil. Yeah, it's pretty bad. It does do more damage, but it doesn't really have better hits to kill at all. It's still going to be a 3 to a 5 shot. It does have 1,000 RPM and the damage is 40 to 24, which is really not bad at all. It has 50 rounds, but also the handling is terrible. And this is without a full stock, which you should definitely be using. But let's talk about the attachments when you run them, because with the iron sights, the recoil actually looks better than it is. But if you run a red dot, you can see the real recoil of this gun. First, we'll do my old setup, which was delta, comp, stubby, full stop. This setup was extremely good for the recoil, but now it is not. It does take a little bit of the Stoner 96 approach with the recoil, where it's not a lot of camera kick and the gun actually just goes up and then kind of stays up a little bit, but not as much. Because as you can see, like, it goes up and then it goes all over the place. Then we're going to go for maximum recoil reduction, which would probably be like oil filter, Harris CQR grip, heavy bolt. Maybe stubby grip would be better for recoil, but as you can see, terrible handling as well as really bad walk speed. This is without M sliding. Yeah, it's really bad, but of course M sliding really helps, especially on the slower guns in this game. But yeah, we'll see the recoil now. It is still not great at all. You'd expect it to get more accurate as time progresses, but it kind of seems to level out a little bit and then go to the side at the end. Kind of interesting. Super RNG like most guns in this game, but I do actually kind of like it a little bit. Again, this is probably too much of a nerf, but maybe not. Yeah, it's pretty inaccurate. You got to keep in mind, this is the 700 RPM version. It's terrible handling. It's really not the way to run the gun, but it is interesting that it does that. But then we're going to use the maximum recoil increase setup. And this is going to be fun. That's a minigun. I literally just made a minigun. So apparently now you can get ult in with every sight. Oh my gosh, I got somebody. This is an absolutely crazy change, and I'm going to go to the main game and try it a little bit more. Well, not the main game, but you know what I mean, like the main test place game. This recoil change is pretty crazy. Some people will say Stylus made a big mistake by doing this. Other people will still like it, and I do think that there is kind of a cool idea with this, because 1000 RPM 7.62x51 gun, it is going to have some serious recoil. If it has something like better crouching recoil, does it? 25 about. Feels about the same. That was obviously RNG. Yeah. Okay, you can't really tell. You'd have to do some pretty extensive tests on this to actually get the whole idea of what the recoil could do now, but interesting change for sure. I'm actually not super unhappy about it as much as I thought I was. I actually kind of like it. Okay, it is inaccurate. Is it going to be viable? Not really. So a lot of people will hate this change, but overall, I kind of like it a little bit more than I thought I would. Is it a mistake in terms of balancing? Probably, but I kind of understand what they're doing now. They're going extremely hard on the nerf just to see what would happen, and I kind of respect it. You know, it's pretty interesting. So if you guys did enjoy, make sure to like and subscribe if you're new, but I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Have a nice day.